If you've ever bought a planner and then stopped using it after a few weeks, you're not alone. I've done this more times than I can count. So this time, instead of trying to build the perfect system, I wanted something simple that I would actually use in real life. This is the 2026-2027 Sterling Ink A5 Complete Academic Planner. And I'm going to walk you through the setup and how I actually plan to stick with it. This will be my headquarters for the next 12 months, and I'm actually stepping into it now a couple of months early. So I'm going to keep this really simple because that's the whole point of this. The reason I got the complete is because it gives me planning ahead pages, monthly pages, vision board pages, goal pages, and then it has the dated weekly, monthly, and daily. So here's a quick flip through where the goal breakdown here, the whole year planning. This is great if you have certain numbers you'd like to be tracking, or dates, vacation days, travel days, or any metrics or stats that you're tracking. I love the quarterly breakdowns as well. This works great if you do planning like I do, where I break the year down into 4 parts. And I'll talk about that more in future videos. So it's a 2-page spread. You've got the months broken down, and then you've got the dated vertical columns along the right. And again, this is the academic, so it starts in the 3rd quarter. So if you're looking for a mid-year refresh, this would be a great place to start. So I've made a few notes already in the monthly. So starting with the monthly pages, this is just my high-level overview. I'll use this for important dates, appointments, and anything I need to see at a glance. I've already placed tabs here, so I can skip ahead to the months. Now, I'm not overloading this. I just want clarity, not clutter. So it'll be, again, important dates, appointments, anything I need to see at a glance. Now, what I really like about this as well is you'll see I put the tab on the right side, really because I love these 2 blank pages. This is what my other planners are missing. So right after each monthly spread, there's a 2-page blank spread. And this is actually one of my favorite parts. I'm using this as my planning ahead section. Basically everything that's on the horizon. On the left side, I'll keep ideas. So content, projects, anything I want to capture for that month. And on the right side, I'll track what's coming up, deadlines, things I need to prepare for, anything future focused. It helps me stay ahead of my life instead of reacting to it. Now, after the 2-day blank, you're getting into the weeks. Now, for weekly, this is where I'll actually plan my week. I'll keep it simple, just priorities, key tasks, and anything important. I'm not trying to plan every hour. I just want to know what matters, because over planning is usually what makes me stop using my planner. Now, at the end of a week, the vertical, you've got the daily pages. And the daily pages, this is where real life happens. This is where I'll write things out, keep track of my day, and just have space to think. Some days will be full, some days I might not use it at all. I've already pre-filled a couple of draft pages because this planner starts, it gives you the June monthly and then the 2 blank spread. And then it starts with the last week of June because July starts. So you're stepping into June at the last week. And I'll go back to my vertical, but I break it down like this for the weekly. And as I mentioned, I'll keep simple, priorities, key tasks, anything important here. I'll time block what's important. And I won't necessarily plan every hour, but it'll give me a highlight overview of how the week is looking. So I know where my mornings are, afternoon client meetings, work, family, gym, etc. Now, after that vertical weekly, we've got the dailies. And so this is, like I was saying, keep track of my day, really write down what actually happened. Some days are going to be full, some days I may not even use it, and that's okay. And here I'll write down the top right, I've divided it, I'll put my gratitudes. The left block will actually be what happened, what I worked on. And then at the bottom, reflection on the day. So my successes, my wins, just reflecting on how that day went for me. So if you have a fitness goal, if you're learning something new and you've got a study goal or a work-related goal, that's where you can reflect on how the day went and what steps happened to move forward to that. Now, moving on, at the end of the week, you've got 1 or 2 blank pages, depending on how many days are in that week. So this is where I do my weekly reset. And for the weekly reset, what I really look at here is what worked, what needs to change, what my 3 biggest wins are for the week, and a bit more of a brain dump, anything that was unfinished, and then my focus for the next week. What are my next 3 big priorities? Because I want to reflect, not just move on to the next week. And then we're on to the monthly. Now, one thing you'll notice in this one, and it was mentioned on the sterlingink website and videos, that when a week or a new month starts, you'll often see the same dated weekly. So at the start and at the end. So you've got a duplicate. You'll see here, this is the 29th. And then back here, you've got the 29th as well for June starting July. So all the pages are numbered in the whole book. That's worth a mention. So it's great for cross-referencing. So whether something happens later in the year, I know what page it was. If it's in my blank pages, I could always cross-reference with the weekly or the monthly wherever I need to refer to it back. But for these duplicate pages, so I'm not a big fan of them. Instead of using them normally, I'm going to repurpose them. I might use them for notes, for planning, or even a mini vision board. And I'll just write in the dates myself so it's clear. And I may actually white out or cover up the dates. So I'm not working with the same layout twice. So overall, my system is really simple. Monthly overview, planning ahead at the end of the month. Weekly will be my priorities. And then daily, the dated dailies, which are great for real life. And that's it. So I'm not trying to build a perfect planner system anymore. I just want something that helps me stay consistent and actually moves my life forward. So if you're using this planner or thinking about it, I'd love to know how you're setting yours up. And I'll show you more of how I actually use it as I go.